Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you once again to this book launch. We are here today to present to Nigeria and the world an autobiography with the title, Made in Aba, Life of Coincidences. While Made in Aba is about the man, distinguished Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, the minority leader of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, there is a need to establish some facts about the city where he comes from, Aba. The ever-bubbling city of Aba is associated with a lot of history. While it is well known for its commercial exploits and entrepreneurial ingenuity, it is also a town of some legendary originalities. It was in Aba that women stood up against unjust taxation and oppression against women. I am referring to the famous Aba Women's Riot of 1929. It is that singular act that redefined indirect rule and colonial administration in Nigeria. Since then, Aba has proudly produced sons and daughters that are daring, resilient, and incapable of being cajoled into accepting what they do not believe in. It is this blood that runs in Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe that detests injustice, oppression, double standard, and lack of forthrightness in whatever shape or form. Most distinguished Abaribe has always stood out, even if he is alone on that lane of forthrightness. In his desire to bring about change and progress to society, he has tended to cross certain imaginary evil lines. He is wired to firmly stand against injustice against himself and against humanity. Like I remarked, he is a man that will stand alone in his fight for justice rather than going with the crowd. As a child, he said he would want to be a big man when he grew up. We are here today to present the big man, the Wadiohama Ngwa, that represents Abia South in the upper chamber of the Nigeria's National Assembly. Please do join me as I welcome Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe to give his welcome address.
Let me say welcome to all my friends, colleagues, and all the people that I've known all these 66 years. And I'm sure I will know a lot more as we continue with this journey. Thank you for coming. At the point at which we started writing this book, all I needed was a little push. And I found that I will start and stop, until I got an editor who pushed me to make sure that the book was completed. Let me first apologize because I know that COVID rules has made the sitting arrangement here a little difficult for some of our people. There are so many people down there who ought to be on the high table. But because they've told us that we can't have more than 6 to 7 people over there, so I want to please apologize to my good friends and all the big men in this hall that please take us as you see us. Now to the book. Every man's life is a series of events which you can liken to chapters in a book. And the chapters continue being written as you go on. So I'm now 66 today, and I wanted to put down all the things that happened till I became about 42 to 43. So many of the things that have happened for the past 15 years or so, I haven't put them down. So I got another book coming. And I look forward to that one, assuming you read this one and ask for the updated edition. Secondly, I try to say that a few things that we have forgotten, and I put it down in this book. One, why is it that we had a better life? We had pipe-borne water. We had electricity 24 hours in the 60s. And now it is 50 years, 60 years later, and every person has to have a borehole in his house. So he becomes his own NEPA, generating power for himself, becomes his own water board, bring himself. And why would life be like this? I try to capture part of the reasons why we are where we are today. Thirdly, I also try to capture that there was a Nigeria where it said in our former anthem that though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. And I listed out that the first part of my career as an academic, I was interviewed and employed in Edo State. Nobody asked me where I came from. They just took it on merit. When I went to work in SUA, nobody also asked me where I came from. In fact, it was a man from the Southwest called a Fat Roti who made sure that we were employed. At the time that I was promoted, it was a man from Sapele who also made sure that he promoted me above and just on merit, which means that what we have done is that we have a big Nigeria that has continually regressed and regressed, and now all of us are into our ethnic enclaves. And if you don't go to your ethnic enclave, you won't be able to survive in Nigeria today. So I was also looking at the possibilities of Nigeria that we may have, assuming each and every one of us is committed to the country. And of course, finally, I tried to put out one thing. I think that if you're not well brought up at home, there is nothing you can do when you're outside. You're not going to learn it from outside. And in one of the memorable quotes that is in the book, which is also in that cake there, is remember the son of who you are. In other words, you can take it both ways. It can be an admonition. It can also be praise. If you're doing well, people will say, of course, we know the son, we know the father, therefore we know he will be this. But if you're not doing so well, the question will also be, whose son is that? So in both sides, it's very necessary for us to know our roots, know where we came from, and know the underpinning that has brought each and every one of us to where we are. So I will commend you to take a look at a story of an ordinary person, a small boy, whose only dream was to be a big man. And today, he is part of Nigeria. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, most distinguished. I would like to recognize some